Can you believe it's been almost a year since the last time we were in South America? And welcome back to Cliffieland. This is week in country number 165 on our second attempt of cooking the food of every single country in the world. Tonight we're up to the nation of Suriname. Suriname, located on the Atlantic coast of South America, bordered by Brazil, Guyana, and the French overseas territory of French Guinea. It is a fascinating country, and it is in the letter S, which means we have not been here in South America since we did Peru, like I said, almost a year ago. Now, the food of Suriname is, of course, defined by its history, and its history is incredibly complicated. It's fascinating, and I really recommend you look it up because it is something to behold. Now, its food is not going to be really anything like most of the rest of South America, but rather it has more in share with its Caribbean neighbors. And that means that because of colonialism and the transatlantic trade in enslaved Africans, as well as indentured servitude from various parts of Asia, which means its cuisine is a delicious fusion of the Amerindian, Dutch, Portuguese, African, Chinese, Indian, Javanese, Indonesian, and Jewish traditions. It is a melange which is really something to behold. And that leads to a lot of great dishes in the country which draw from a lot of different sources. They have a lot of use of things like curries and chicken and cassava and root vegetables and locally grown fruits and vegetables, and it's just really something else. We dealt with this all last time, so let's take a look and see how things went when we tried things then. Well, 4 years ago on the Global Cooking Challenge, I was so overwhelmed with the amazing dishes I could choose from that I wound up cooking and streaming across 3 nights, and I made 7 discrete recipes, which was kind of a record. Now, on the first night, we did a cold vegetable salad, which was really great, and that had a really great sauce on top, so that one we're going to be doing again tonight. Now, I served that along with roti, which is a Indian flatbread, which is similar to the version that we did a few weeks ago in Sri Lanka. And we served that with a chicken curry, which was really great and would have been better if I served it on top of rice, which I didn't do. And on the second night, I made that roti again, and I served it alongside a really delicious vegetarian lentil stew, which had some really terrific flavors, as well as a dish of fried sweet plantains with a really great peanut butter sauce on top, which I'm really sad that we weren't able to get to this time. And on the third night, I made a really interesting dish, which we are doing again here tonight, which comes from the Jewish tradition mixed in with everything else in Suriname, which is called palm. It is a Malanga casserole with chicken. Malanga, we'll get into that in a little bit, but it was really great. And so we're looking forward to doing that tonight. So again, tonight we're making that cold vegetable salad as well as the palm. And now we need to see what go into tonight's 2 dishes. First, for our palm, or Surinamese Malanga casserole, we'll need 1 whole chicken, about 2 to 3 pounds, cut into pieces. We have chosen to debone it here. 1 pound of salt pork or chicken sausage cut into pieces. We've chosen to go with chicken sausage here. 3 pounds of taro root or malanga. 2 tomatoes peeled and chopped. 2 onions chopped. 1 bunch of flat leaf parsley chopped. 2 cubes of chicken bouillon. 1 teaspoon of freshly ground nutmeg. The juice of 1 orange. The juice of 2 lemons. 3 cloves of garlic crushed. 1 whole habanero pepper. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 8 tablespoons of butter divided. Salt and pepper. And then for our mixed vegetable salad, we'll need 1 small head of cabbage, 8 ounces of thin green beans, like French green beans, 2 cups of mung bean sprouts, 2 hard-boiled eggs, 1/3 of a cup of coconut cream, 1/2 of a cup of plain unsweetened yogurt, 3 tablespoons of dark brown sugar, 1 small green chili pepper, like a jalapeno, finely diced, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, the juice of 1 lime, and a pinch of salt. That looks really good. A note about malanga. To the best of my understanding, malanga, a root vegetable, is known by a whole bunch of different names in different places. In my people's native Puerto Rico, it's called yautía, and in other places it's called taro or malanga, but those could be different varieties of the same thing. You can look it up and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the best of my understanding. So, enough of me talking. We need to get cooking. First, season the chicken with salt, pepper,
and nutmeg. And then in a pan with 3 tablespoons of butter, fry the chicken pieces and the sliced chicken sausage for 2 to 3 minutes. Move the chicken and sausage to a plate, and then in the same pan, add 3 tablespoons of butter, add the onions, and saute for about 8 minutes. Then add the tomatoes, garlic, and parsley. Combine, add the chicken and sausages, and cover with water. Add the bouillon cubes or bouillon powder in our case, and the hot pepper. Cover, and cook over medium-low heat for 25 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, peel and rinse the malanga. Cut into medium pieces, and grate the malanga by hand or with food processor. When time is up, preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Drain the cooking liquid into a bowl and set it aside. To the grated malanga, add the orange juice, the lemon juice, and a bit of the cooking liquid from the meat. Add the sugar, and mix until a slightly sticky dough forms. Then into a well-greased baking dish, spread half of the malanga mixture, spread the chicken mixture on top, and then cover with the rest of the malanga. Add 2 tablespoons of melted butter, cover with foil, and bake for 1 hour covered at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Uncover and bake for another hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. First, make the dressing. Into a bowl, mix the coconut cream and yogurt. Whisk together. Then stir in the grated minced chili to desired spiciness, sugar, coriander, lemon juice, and salt. Chill until ready to serve. Slice the cabbage into thin strips. Prepare a large bowl of ice water, and then bring a pot of salted water to a full boil. Add the cabbage and the bean sprouts, and cook very briefly for about 2 minutes. Drain the cabbage and dump it into the ice water. Bring another pot of salted water to a boil, add the green beans, and cook until crisp tender about 5 minutes. Drain the green beans and add them to a bowl of ice water. Drain the cooked vegetables into a colander and arrange the vegetables on a platter and dress with slices of hard-boiled egg and cucumber slices. Drizzle the salad with coconut dressing, remove the casserole from the oven, slice and serve the salad with extra dressing on the side.
How'd that all go? Let's start off with that salad. It was really nice, it was crisp, it had those really great flavors. The green beans and the cabbage had a nice bit of a sweetness and crunch, but what really made that fantastic was that sauce on top. The dressing was amazing. You can't go wrong with the combination of cilantro, or in this case coriander, which is the same thing, only the seed, and lime, along with the coconut cream and the yogurt, gave it a nice creaminess, and then that jalapeno bite just really took it over the edge. So that was really great, and we have lots of it. So we're looking forward to leftovers tonight, when I'm giving that one 4 out of 5 globes. Now let's talk about the palm. That is a casserole dish. It's not like the most complicated, amazing thing in the world, but it was very, very delicious. The malanga gave it a nice sweetness, and the chicken was seared nicely. I'm really glad I took it off the bone. Apparently, in Surinamese tradition, apparently sometimes the bones are in there, but I didn't think that made sense. So, sorry if I was untraditional there. But it was really great. The malanga on top was nice. The creaminess from the butter really added to it. And my technique is not really great. I don't understand how people cut up casseroles and like serve them nice and pretty and neat, because I just don't have that skill. But it was really terrific. I'm gonna give that one 4 out of 5 globes. So that does it for this brief stint here in South America. Just not that many countries in South America. Now next week we go back to Africa and kind of jump out of alphabetical order, because because the nation formerly known as Swaziland, which would be next in the alphabet, has changed its name in the interim, and so we're going back to letter E to have the food of Eswatini. See you then. And remember, if you'd like to be advised when these videos are posted, please be sure to follow us on Periscope. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Like and subscribe if you'd like to be advised when these videos are posted, and be sure to hit that bell to get those notifications. Remember, links to the original recipes can be found in the About section. If you have any thoughtful feelings or helpful suggestions about the food we're eating, please be sure to sound off in the comments. Thanks for watching and happy eating!